Drained down this pond yesterday, joined by the dog, just wanting to jump in while it's drained. It's filling up quite quickly with the amount of rain we had, so I thought, get in with the camera while I can, while it's empty, to show you exactly what I mean by having a fast breakdown pellet working for you to help break down the silt. I'm Ben and this is the BP Milling YouTube channel where I make diverse fishery management content to grow your knowledge and help improve your fishery. Enjoy the video. A lot of people worried about the breakdown of our pellets contributing to the silt build-up, but as you can see, I'm walking in this pond, which is now 8 years old, and I'm doing it in my wellies. The key for me is that the health of this sediment, the amount of food gone here, I think I worked it out, it was about 10 tonne we put in over the 8 years. You can imagine 10 tonne, if it was all going into silt and all going to waste, there'd be a lot more silt here. As you can see, really clean, and you can see over here, we've still got lots of gravel and clay, and I'll show you around some other parts of the pond and show you just how the fish keep it clean. And this is the corner that's had a lot of food the last 12 months because the gate's only there. When I've had a busy day in the mill, I've got to get on, so I come down here with a bucket full of feed, chuck it in the nearest corner to the gate, get onto the next pond and get back to the mill as quick as I can. It's been getting the most food, so it's been getting the most agitation, and there's the least silt. Real clean bottom, lots of exposed gravel and lots of clay. You could tap dance in this corner and it's absolutely rock solid. The key part is having that fast breakdown pellet to keep the fish grazing, to keep it turned over, keep it agitated, loads of light and air getting into this pond to help it all break down into kick-starting an algal bloom to help that really digest. Anything you're putting into the water is digested very quickly by algae and then fed into the food chain for crustaceans, for the fish to eat. It's a fantastic food source, fantastic fat source and omega-3 source.
Did you know that Daphnia can actually act as a biological indicator of low dissolved oxygen, and they do that by producing red blood cells. Red blood cells, hemoglobin, they're the oxygen storing cells, and Daphnia can produce more red blood cells to improve their oxygen efficiency if the water becomes low in dissolved oxygen. And that can be observed perhaps on the end of the wind. You might have seen in the past what appears as red clouds or red ribbons in the upper layers of the water. That's actually clouds of Daphnia that are producing red blood cells to improve their oxygen efficiency because the water's holding a low concentration of oxygen, so they're increasing their red blood cell count to improve their oxygen holding efficiency, and they're appearing as these red clouds. So if you see those red clouds in the water, that's the time to act fast. It's pretty clever though, isn't it?
So you can clearly see how the carp have kept the lake bed clean in this pond, but where does it all go? It enters the aquatic food chain. Daphnia and copepods are filter feeders, primarily feeding on microalgae, but their diet also consists of bacteria and small food particles. So the tiny particles of cereal from the fast breakdown pellet also support these vital organisms to keep them in balance if algae becomes overgrazed or if an environmental trigger causes the algae to crash. So, agitation caused by your fish is what's feeding the freshwater organisms that are digesting organic waste and keeping your water chemistry in balance. And these water cleaners themselves provide a source of nutrition to your fish that cannot be matched by any artificial feed supplement. It makes sense to fuel this food chain by feeding your fish, to feed the algae, to feed the planktonic filter feeders. And one day, they might just highlight an oxygen issue for you as well. That's it for this one. Make sure you're subscribed and we'll bring you more content in the very near future. Thank you for watching.